Johan Lindgren.
Okay, Johan Lindgren. And how old are you?
I'm 33.
33.
Yeah.
Okay. And how long have you been playing floorball?
Well, I played on the highest level for, this is my 12th season, I think, or 13th.
12. And are you planning on playing some more years?
Well, I just have a contract this year, but hopefully I'll have some years left.
Yeah, you would like that.
Yeah,
oh, that's good. And so 12, 13 years on this highest level, what position do you play on?
Nowadays I play defender, but I used to be a center forward.
Okay. And that goes well for you. How many defenders do you have in the team?
Well, we have 8 or 9 defenders, but we play each game with 4 to 6 defenders.
Okay. And when do they decide who's going to play the upcoming game?
Well, that's a little bit different from game to game, but usually we know in the middle of the week if we're going to play, or we got a feeling.
Yeah.
Even if
how
the
it's
coaches,
going.
if the coaches tell us the last training before game, which players are going to be in the game.
Yeah. And how often do you play? Like
Well, it's once a week. Sometimes it's two or 3 games, but then there's a couple of weekends off as well when the national team is having their games and so on.
Yeah, and you go all over the country to play?
Yes, we do. It's from up here in Umeå down to Helsingborg in Skåne.
Wow. And most games are in the weekends then, or?
Yeah, most games are on the weekends. We play some weekdays as well. A couple of games a year.
Yeah, and most guys, do they get paid or to play floorball? Do you have another job next to it?
Well, most guys do need another job.
Yeah.
There's not that much pay in floorball. It's a little bit different from different towns in the country and how much money they have and so on. But here up in the north of Sweden, we have a lot of traveling to do with the team, so a lot of money goes towards traveling.
Yeah.
And there's less money to put on the players.
Yeah, but those money for the traveling and so, that's paid by sponsors and you don't have to pay for it yourself?
No, no, we don't need to pay for it.
Okay, that's good. What kind of stick are you playing with?
The whole team is sponsored by the Umeå.
Okay.
So we all play. We have a couple of guys that has their own sponsors. But usually the teams, the big stick companies wants to sponsor the whole team, and they want everyone to play with it. So there's a few people that have their own sponsors, but not a lot.
But you can choose the blade.
And the stick, they have very many different sticks.
Yeah, yeah. How hard is the blade that you play with?
I play with one of the lighter blades that's a little bit more soft. But there's soft, medium, and hard, and I think my blade is somewhere in between medium and soft.
Okay. And how often do you train during the week?
Well, it's a little bit different during the season, but usually we train 3 to 4 times a week and have 1 or 2 games. So there's 5 to 6 times a week, I could say.
Yeah, and that's always with the team, or do you also have an individual training program?
We don't have we have individual training where we go to the gym and do some running, and that's a little bit different from player to player, and how much time they have and their ambition maybe as well. So if you work 8-9 hours a day and you're going to train 1.5 hours,
then it's a bit much.
Sometimes you need some time for the family and.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, you're the captain of the team, right?
Yes, I am.
Since when have you been?
This is my first year for Umeå City. I had a guy who was captain last year. We split it a little bit during the season. He was away a couple of games and so on. So I had a little practice last year, and then I was the captain for the other Umeå team, for a couple of years, 5-6 years ago.
Okay.
So, but this is the first year for visit.
Yeah, and what are your main tasks as a captain?
Well, it's trying to keep it together and have a schedule for how we prepare for games and trying to keep those times and the warm up and everything like that, and a little bit more to do with media and of course to talk to the referees during games and that everyone can see during games, that kind of stuff. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And how do you prepare as a team for games that are coming up?
Well, usually we talk a little bit about the team we're going to meet that weekend and how they're playing and what we want to do against them. And then we have a couple of different exercises during training that goes into those areas and what we want to do in that game. And then we talk about their special teams, how they play, maybe the training before the game or the game day. We usually get together and eat 3 hours before game, and then we get together here at the arena 2 hours before game and talk about the team we're going to meet and how we're going to play that game, and then we start to warm up.
Yeah. And how long before the game do you start your warm-up?
Usually we about an hour before the game we go outside and kick a little bit of football and go running or just walking in the fresh air, and then we go in and 40 minutes before game or so we start to warm up inside the area.
Yeah. Okay. And your team has been started the season quite well, but the last matches haven't been too good.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah. What is the difference between the start of the season and how it's going lately? You can say that, or not something you can point your finger
at. Yeah, it's a little bit different things. A couple of things. We had some injuries and haven't been able to train as well as we would hope if we only are 14, 15 people on the training. It's harder to have a good practice.
Yeah.
So in the beginning of the season we was always 20 players, and we can have a good practice and a higher tempo and everything.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons, and then it's psychologically how we play during the games and what happens during the game that we.
Yeah.
So I cannot say that it's this thing or that.
No, but there are different things that are going different than before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who would you say is the most important player in the city team? Can you say one person, or is that difficult?
I think it's difficult. It's difficult. Last year we had a bad start to the season, and halfway into the season we were in the bottom parts of the league, and then we got a new goalkeeper who really helped us that year, and he's still with us, and he's one of the most important players, of course. And then we have some scorers that are important, and some leaders in the team that's obviously is important as well.
So different people that have different roles that play an important role, actually.
Yeah. But of course, it's always nice to have a good goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And it's easy to play defense with him. Yes.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's good. And who do you think is the best player in SSL?
Well, Mika Konen is still and has been for a long time the best player. There were a couple of players a couple of years ago that was equal to him. They all have stopped playing now, so I think
so now it's lonely at the top.
Yeah, not lonely, but
no.
he's clearly the best.
Yeah, and what makes him the best?
Well, he can play everything and sees the pitch the court very well. He knows what to do, and if there's a power play or a box play, he knows how to play it, and has a lot of experience.
Yeah.
Has won and has scored a lot of goals during the years.
Yeah, also important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that's has been quite some questions.
Yeah.
We know some more, so
Yeah.
thanks a lot
Thank you.
for answering everything, and well, hope it is getting better soon. With the
Yeah,
team.
we'll hope so.